convincing capital providers, 3 key attributes to define, and 1 tip, secret to really enhance and encourage the confidence in your ability to be a good steward of capital that they may want to invest or lend to your business. So the first of these is a strategy or a plan, right? Ideas, concepts, thoughts, even defining, hey, this is a real interesting niche that could have explosive growth or profitability. Those are all good, but without a plan, without a strategy, it's just a daydream. I don't know who made that quote, but there is one that's relevant to this, and hopefully we can add that to an infographic here. You need to define what the strategy is, what the plan is. We are going to tackle this problem by providing this product, service, or offering to this end market in this manner. Again, going back to our video from earlier this week, defining the edge, this is kind of the prospective definition of that. What is the edge you look to have? How are you looking to effectuate it? And look, this is for, could be earlier stage businesses, but largely what we do, it's companies that are already doing these things, that are looking to accelerate it, that are looking to grow it, that are looking to continue to expand in their business operations. So the second is the duration. And so like we said, right, if someone said to me, do 5 jumping jacks and I'll give you a cupcake. Do I get the cupcake today or do I get it 5 years from now? Because that's going to materially impact my enthusiasm around doing jumping jacks. But similarly in business, what is the duration of the strategy? What is the duration of the plan? And don't leave all of the good stuff to the end. And so what I mean by that is don't make it a binary outcome. If you said, hey, here's the plan and it's going to work out, and 5 years from now, something good's going to come out of this, well, we need a little bit more proof, show and prove along the way. Here's the 5-year plan. The really good thing happens at 5 years, but at month 6, at month 9, at month 12, year 2, 3, 4, right? What are all of the different hurdles? What are the landmarks? What are the milestones? If those can be defined, it adds much more confidence to what that strategy and what that plan is and what the duration of time it is to A, get to the ultimate outcome, but B, check and tick all the boxes and delineate or illustrate the successful progression to that ultimate outcome along the way. Lastly is focus or obsession, right? If someone goes to a bank and says, hi, our company's generating $2 million of EBITDA a year, and we really think we can get it to $5 million of EBITDA, and they say, great, awesome, well, how much of your time are you spending on it? And you say, well, I spend a little time on this, and then I've got a classic car collection, and then I've got 4 other businesses that I take care of, and I've got all this real estate. It starts to take away from someone's belief that you have the requisite focus, the requisite obsession with something. If you said, this is all I do, I eat, breathe, and sleep this business, this is all we focus on, this is what we obsess over, that gives a lot of confidence to the capital provider. Because remember, when someone is allocating capital to a thesis, right? And so if you say, hey, we run this services company and we think we can really grow it, then you're asking someone to take a bet on your thesis, your idea. And in order to do so, or to engender confidence in that capital provider, you need to make them convinced that you're far more obsessed with the idea than they are. No capital provider, equity, debt, or otherwise, wants to be checking in with the sponsor or with the borrower or equity recipient and say, hey, you still working on that thing? Hey, you still motivated? Hey, you guys still driving towards this? If you can communicate the obsession, the focus of something, it's much more likely that you're going to get the confidence that when you're on that fringe, right, when you're just about there and someone says, I think we could get this to work, the differentiator is often going to be the feel, the touch, the art of it, right? Someone saying, I really have confidence in this person, I really have confidence in this company, because ultimately the confidence level will be the deciding factor for the haves and have-nots relative to capital. So the secret to all of this narrative in convincing capital is the idea of delayed gratification. And not a very popular thing these days, and kind of this want it yesterday mentality, and I don't mean to sound like Mr. Wilson or a grumpy old man, but the idea of delayed gratification in business just further packages and buttresses this desire to build confidence with the capital provider. If someone says they've been growing this business for years and years and years, and they've been using all of the surplus capital to reinvest in the business, they've been using the surplus capital to pay down debt, they've been using the surplus capital to grow business lines, to do whatever it is, right? But that commitment to plow capital back into the business, and that's not to say that distributions can't be made at different junctures and that someone's not trying to make a good living running a business. That's the point of it all. But is there a delayed gratification? If someone says, yeah, business made $1 million, and the moment it did, I bought a house in Edgartown and 3 Aston Martins, well, that's tough, right? You want to be able to say, we've been grinding, because ultimately what that does, and I've said it in business many times, is you want to always retain your identity as the underdog in business, right? Because people root for the underdog. They don't want to give money to the pig who's going to spend it, who's just going to pull it out of the business and buy dumb things. And so look, there's a balance to all of it. However, any illustration, delineation, or otherwise characterization of delayed gratification will only support all of these other variables when seeking capital. And so again, to recap it, strategy or a plan, the duration of the plan, the timeline, the hurdles, the milestones, and the focus or obsession in the business. And again, circling all of that, packaging all of that, the ability to have an impulse control, to have a delayed gratification, if that can be characterized, if that can be illustrated, only helps. So I hope the week's finishing up well for everyone. Keep pushing forward. God bless. See everyone next time.